Hey! Hey, 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 hey. Hey! What's up, you guys? I am so excited to be here once again with Miss Anaya. Oh my gosh. This conversation is going to be so good. So listen, before we even get started, make sure you go ahead and hit the share button. Share it with someone so they can come in and join the conversation. And why in the world did I not fix my hair before we got started? It is what it is. How's it going, Anaya?
It's going great.
Yes, I see you're back at school.
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Okay, so for those that don't know you, share with them what class you are in and what school you are attending. Well, I try to
Okay,
fix myself.
I attend Texas A&M University, and I'm the class of 2023, which makes me a sophomore this coming fall semester.
Yes, and you all moved in this week, correct?
I moved actually last Saturday.
Last Saturday. Okay, cool. So how's it going on campus so far before we even get into everything?
Well, I stay off campus, but on campus has been kind of, not too much movement and stuff like that because of the precautions for COVID and stuff like that we had to take. Many of the incoming freshman class of 2024, everything is virtual for them. They can't attend anything in person, so it's kind of like,
Wow.
a bummer they don't get to experience how I did. But things are very different. I don't know if it's going to be the same when everyone does come back, get situated, school starts, because some people do have classes on campus and many opted out to, have the classes virtual online so they wouldn't have to go on campus. But it's been very quiet. It's starting to get more busier now, because everybody's starting to move in, stuff like that. So I'm just ready to see what the whole year brings and how we're gonna do with the COVID stuff and how long it's gonna take for everything to just go back to normal.
Yes, gotcha. Now listen, you said go back to normal. You know that's not gonna ever happen, right?
Yeah, at this point, I'm just trying to, adjust. So
Right. There you go.
I'm just kind of liking the online classes, to be honest. It give you more time, to do a little bit more stuff, but also it's more, as freshmen, I don't like it for them because I feel like they should get that in person, feeling, because some people need it in person more than others. And it's just like everything online as a freshman, that's a lot. To come
Yeah.
in as a freshman already is a lot. So to have everything online is really a lot. So I don't know.
Gotcha. Yeah, and I completely get that because I feel like you said, a lot of the freshmen, those that are coming on, this is going to be difficult for them because the transition, they look forward to being able to go set up their dorm rooms and getting, used to what campus life is, and it's kind of different right now. But this too shall pass. Okay, so before we get started, let's say some hays. Hey, Jacayla! Hey, girl, I ain't talked to you in I don't know how long. How are you? Glad to see you on here. Oh, your grandma's on here.
Hi,
Hey.
grandma.
Hey, grandmother. Hey, sister. Thank you for joining. Thank you all for joining. I truly appreciate it. Hey, Vanessa. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Friends from YouTube, I truly appreciate you all. All right. So, y'all join today because today's topic is entitled, What About Your Friends? Yes. If
I
y'all
can't do
heard
all
the
that.
song in the
I
beginning.
can't do all that, but what about your friends?
What about your friends? Listen. Now, telling my age here, because I like to tell people I'm only 23. But in my day, TLC was the ishness. And I will never forget when What About Your Friends came out. Like, I remember it as if it was yesterday. And so I am extremely excited to talk about this because now we're discussing it in a forum where you girls get to share your experiences with friendships, the transition of friendships from high school to college, because they do change, and being able to share the things that you've learned along the way, and also kind of give some tips to be able to help the girls navigate through their friendships as they are in school right now. Oh, she say she been fine. You better call me, girl. Just saying. All right. Hey, Jackie, thank you for joining. Okay, so moving on. What is an ideal friend for you, Anaya?
An ideal friend for me would be someone that I could go to, not essentially my diary, just put all my problems on them, because I don't like doing that to others. I don't like putting my things on anybody else, because people have their own problems to deal with. But just someone that I could talk to, about the things that I'm going through, just to feel that comfort at times when I need it, and they're there, like any given moment I can call and they pick up and just be like, oh, hey, what's going on? How you doing? Someone that checks on me out the blue like I check on them.
Yeah.
I want the same thing I give someone. I want the same thing, because you will want the same thing too if you're doing it to somebody or giving somebody else your time. You want that same thing. So I just really not expect, but I just really want someone that's like there, not scared to just like talk to me about certain stuff, even if they see concerns about me, bring it up and just like check on my well-being sometimes,
Right.
because I'm that type of person. So I just want someone that's kind of like me. Everybody's not like me, but that someone that
They
possesses
care.
the same qualities as me.
Right. Value
So
system. That's what it is. They have the
yeah,
same values as you do.
yes,
Exactly.
just like the saying, treat others how you would want to be treated.
Mm-hmm.
So that same thing.
Exactly. Exactly. Do you feel that there's a difference when it comes to friendships versus when you were in high school to now being in college?
Yes, it's like a drastic change.
How so?
Like, it's in high school, it's kind of like, yeah, you kind of know everybody because it's the same community, and you just like, oh, you have the friends that you really associate with almost every day, and y'all do everything together. Then you have friends that you just talk to when you see at school and stuff like that. And it's just like during high school, you go through so many things, and as a kid and as a teenager, you're still learning about so many things. So it's just like when you go through those problems, you feel like, oh, my life is over because I lost a friend, or, oh my God, why this had to happen? Or I'm the problem solver all the time. Nobody talks to each other unless I'm the person they talking through. That's how you feel in high
Mm-hmm.
school, because of so many things that happen. But once you venture out into college, you really begin to see who is your real friends in high school, because
Yes.
everybody isn't in the same vicinity, same place. Some people go further than others. Some people stay home, and it's just like sometimes you're there by yourself. Like me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm the only one of all of my friends that's still my friends that's in
That moved
Texas,
away.
really.
Gotcha.
Yes, because most of them is in another state. So it's just like, yeah, they're there, but they're not here with me. And you really get to see who really care about you, like, oh, let me check up on Anaya, see how she's doing and stuff. Let me see how her classes are going and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's just like I had to really get over a lot of things. Now that I look back at high school, I'd be like, oh, that was childish. Little things, little baby things. Like, that's nothing serious. I feel like it's crazy because I lost friendships over little things.
Mm-hmm.
But you grow up and realize, once you grow up and mature and look back, and you be like, well, that wasn't my fault, but some things have to happen. So
Right.
like, sometimes it's like those people that was there wasn't meant to be there all the time or here now.
Yeah.
And have to go through things, and you may lose people that you thought you would never lose in your life, because it has happened to me. But it's just like God has a different purpose, and they were there just to hold that spot for
But
that
that
moment.
specific time frame.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not meant to be here with you now, because basically God is saying, this is what I have for you planned, and they're not in the picture. If they're still there, and you're ignoring the fact that, oh, this happened, but you're trying to still fight for a friendship that really isn't going to even be there anymore, because the other person really doesn't care. It's not even worth it, because now you're messing something up that was supposed to be destined for you that might not even happen because they're there.
Come on. Come on. So with that being said, do you believe that it's important to have godly friendships?
Yes, I really do believe that. Not saying that you have to force what you believe on other people, because
Mm-hmm.
not everybody believes in the same thing, or they may believe in the same thing, but not the same way. Everybody
Right.
have their
Right.
different preferences,
They have
stuff
their
like
own
that.
individual walk.
But
Right.
But my friends that I'm friends with, I can talk about God or say God, and they won't get upset at me, because I'm voicing my opinion, but I'm not forcing it upon them. I'm not saying, oh, you gotta believe in God, and this is this because I was taught this way, and this is how I believe and stuff like that. But it is good to have godly friendships, because when you going through things and you bring God into the situation and stuff like that, or if your friend going through something and you be like, "Well, I'm praying for you," and this and that. It's good to have that. Thank you so much. I needed that.
Yeah.
Because people,
You
when
know
you
it's
get friends,
genuine.
yeah, and
Yeah.
when you get friends that's just like, "Oh, I don't want you to pray for me," and then that's putting you in a position where you just like, well, I don't know what to do. What can I do for you? They want you to do
Right.
something, but it's nothing else you can do, because that's what God, because God can solve things. God can
Come
make things
on.
better. Like you're not I can't, my friend come to me and be like, oh, I need you to fix this for me right now. I can't fix anything for you like God can. So it's just like
Right.
my situations, my number one thing is God. So having godly friends is really good. I'm not saying that you have to pressure your friends to be godly and act godly, stuff like that.
But
But
you want to
that,
make
that
sure that they have the same value system as you.
yeah, because that's good to have someone that has the same values as you, because it doesn't cause many problems. Also, you not just being someone who you're not,
Right.
because when you
That part
that
right
doesn't
there. Hold on. Hold on. You're not being someone who you are not. Did y'all get that?
like you don't want to
That
be
part.
someone that's not you, and it's gonna like,
Because
and
it's
if you
easy to actually fall into that trap.
yeah,
They're doing it, so then you do it. Right?
mm-hmm.
And the
And
thing
it's
is,
like
that's
you're
not what you want to
uncomfortable.
fall into.
Yeah, yeah, you're uncomfortable, and it puts you in a position where, okay, well, do I not worship my God that I know because they don't
Mm.
like that? Or,
Mm.
or would I rather just do that because act like this way because I'm their friend and I don't want to lose their friendship,
Mm.
but disobeying God because you don't want to
Mm.
worship Him because they don't like it,
So you've
And that's,
actually turned that friendship into your God. That's what happened. And you have to pay attention because the devil is very sly and cunning, and he will use anything or anyone that allows him to use him, right? So you have to pay attention to that. I love this comment that Marissa said. She said, choose your friends wisely because their views, energy can become yours, both good and bad. That is so true. Iron does sharpen iron. I love it. I love it. I love it. That is really, really, really great. What do you think has been one of your biggest life lessons when it comes to friendships?
um I've been through many experiences, so I can use anyone, but it's just the main thing for me is not losing yourself because you want to please someone else. Friendship,
Mmm.
friendship wise, anything, it could be anything pertaining, it could pertain to anything in any situation, but not losing yourself because you're trying to please another. And that's the biggest thing, because you get trapped in a situation where you just like, well, I don't want to lose them. This is my friend and we've been friends we can be best friends. We can be sisters, stuff like that. I don't want to lose them because this and that. And you get into that rotation of doing the same thing over and over. You don't even see it anymore, and it's just
Mmm.
like, you're becoming, and it gets to the point where other people may be like, oh, well, you're different now, and when people start
Mm-hmm.
saying that, you don't want to listen and take that note, you don't want, you just like denying the fact, no, that's not me, I'm the same person, but you're really not the same person,
Right. And
and
you know
it's
what? I think when you say that, Anaya, I don't understand why people get so frustrated about like wanting or desiring to be the same. First of all, we
Yeah.
were not created to stay the same. You know? So I don't understand why that's been an issue. Thank you all for letting me know that you're not having issues. I saw someone had posted that they couldn't hear. So the person that couldn't hear, maybe you have to like reset and come back in because everyone else is able to hear us. All right. So, to that point, Anaya, I think it's so important that people understand that change is inevitable. You're supposed
Yeah.
to change. Now, growth is optional. You can choose to grow or choose not to grow.
I,
And those people who always say, I've been the same my whole life, this is who I am. You're choosing not to
yeah.
grow. That's called foolishness. God
Yeah.
don't
The
bless
same
that foolishness.
over and over and over again, and not just trying to accept the fact that you're the problem and you're the one that's letting it happen. It's like
Right.
a blaming game. Oh, I'm not doing this, they doing that. And
Right.
what not doing. That's the thing.
That part. Come on and share with somebody. Seriously. Seriously. Okay, so let's think about this. What are some red flags we should look for? This is for the girls that are trying to figure out, if that's a good friend or not. What are some of those red flags they should look for when it comes to toxic relationships, toxic friendships, I should say?
Yeah, that's a big one. I would say someone that's really like drilling to do most of the things you do, because that's kind of the people that wants to be like you and want what you have,
Mm,
and you have to watch out for those people, because most of the friendships you get in, you feel like most of them are true, most of them are, they're being genuine, kind, and stuff like that, but you never know if they're being like really honest, or they want something you have but they can't get at this moment, so it's like
mm,
they're sticking to you and really toxicating you by the things they're doing.
mm.
So just watch by somebody that's just like drilling to do everything you do, or, oh girl, let's go do this, and it's something that you don't normally do, but they're
Right.
just keep pressuring you, like peer pressure. You have to watch
Right.
out for those type. Like, don't let anyone peer pressure you into anything, or say, oh, they made me. No, nobody can make you do
Come
anything.
on.
No, tell them no. And if they keep pushing you and refusing, leave them alone. That's a red
Right.
flag, honestly, like a big red flag, because you have a lot of people that just don't understand the meaning no. When you tell someone no, they just keep going. So I would
Come
say
on.
pressure, and just someone that really, like, if they're not caring about you, or if you're going through something and they not even checking up on you, and they call you their friend and stuff like that, and, oh, you my sister and this and that, and you doing for them but they not doing for you, that's not a friend
Come
at
on.
all.
Come on.
you know
And you got to pay attention to what their definition of friendship is, because not
yeah.
everyone uses the same definition, right? I don't know what book they reading from, but not everyone uses that same
Things
definition.
they wind up doing is not friendship, like you wouldn't ever do,
Right.
shouldn't ever do that to a friend.
Right.
And it's nowadays it's really getting like bad, because like people do stuff and people just let it go. And so it's becoming a little, it's a routine. Like everybody getting into it. Oh, I'm gonna just do it. She not gonna care, and I'm just keep doing it. She not gonna care. She
Yeah.
not gonna say. And as a teenager, it really happens a lot.
Mm.
And you fall out, but you get right back in the motion of, oh, hey girl, how you doing?
Mm.
This and that. Like, no, you have to watch that, because that really causes someone, that could cause someone to go into depression, because they
Yeah.
don't know how to handle the situation. You know, you don't feel like you have anybody to talk to about the situation. That
Yeah.
causes depression. Then that can lead to other things that's not good. And a lot of teenagers suffer with depression and,
Come on.
suicidal thoughts and all of that. And it's something that we shouldn't have to deal with, or they shouldn't have to deal with at a young age,
Yeah.
but all the things, and mainly friendships, is probably the biggest cause, because you go through so much. You get into arguments, fights, stuff like that. You never make up, or then they don't want to be your friend. They go talk to somebody about you, and
Right.
then they
After
say
they've caused all the havoc, right?
yeah, hear through the grapevine that they've been talking about you. And you come back and be like, why you was talking about me? And it is a whole big old thing. So like,
Yes. I love this. Let me make sure I'm paying attention to the comments. Oh, look, Dr. Snodgrass says, "Yes, Naya. I love you, Naya. Speak."
Love
Marissa says, "Talk that talk." Yes, this is good. Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. People are sending hearts and they're saying that's deep. This is good stuff. Yeah, and it's true. And it's true. So let's think about this. So we want to give advice. We have a lot of girls that may be transitioning from um, high school going into college, or even some transitioning from middle school going into high school. What advice would you give that girl in reference to friendships?
okay, for the person that's going to, I would start with the person that's going to high school to college because that was
Hmm?
just me. Um, Coming into college, I really didn't know anybody. You know, I was the only one, really the only minority from high school coming here. So it was just like, I don't know who to, be friends with or who really people are and stuff like that. And it's kind of hard when you first get to college. I would tell those people not to get discouraged or feel alone, and not to really try to just go be desperate to find a friend. It's going to happen when it's needed because not all the time you need to just jump into a relationship with someone you don't know, especially coming to college because it's so big and you
Right.
really don't know anyone. And it's been so much going on, like dangerous things, why stuff like that, so you want to be protected, you want to be make sure like you're okay and nothing really happens because it's been a lot of things where you meet someone and you really don't know them, you try to get to know them and things happen, like bad things happen and stuff like that. So just don't rush into a friendship, but also just when you first get there, just kind of like not be to yourself, but it's gonna come to you and stuff like that, and just be aware. That's
Be
all I would say,
aware.
is just
Yeah.
be aware.
Yeah.
Just be aware of everything you doing and where you are, stuff like that. Not saying don't try to get friends or talk to people. You can be friendly and stuff like that. You just have to be aware of those people and what they do, see what they're doing. But as for the kids that are coming from middle school to high school, um, I know you guys are still maturing and stuff like that because it's a big change also because you're coming from middle school to high school. But I would tell those to just, I wouldn't say just grow up because, you're still a
You're
kid.
still you're still
So
figuring it out.
it's
Right.
just like, yeah, and when I got to from eighth grade to ninth grade, I was still being a kid, doing me and stuff like that. But it's gonna come fast to you about a realization of, okay, yeah, it's gonna be a time where I have to really kind of mature a little bit and realize who really would be a friend to me and who's not a friend. Those people that try to pull you into things that you don't do or make you do things and get you in trouble with them, that's not friends.
Right.
So I wouldn't settle for a group of people like that,
Yeah.
not the class clowns and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and just get into those groups. Don't fall into that. Like, just really go in, be who you are,
Right.
and what you have been doing, stick
Right.
to that. Don't change anything up for anybody. Don't let them pull
Right.
you things. Oh, this is how high school is, pump your head up
Now,
and got you thinking you do whatever you want to do. Don't let that happen, and just be aware, like I said, and be a kid still,
right.
have
And
fun.
Dr. Snodgrass said something that was really great too. Seek like-minded people. That's the most important thing. My grandmother would say, birds of a feather flock together. Like you are the company you keep. Pay attention to that. So you can't be around a whole bunch of girls who always doing it for the gram or for TikTok, and doing things that are inappropriate. Let me be clear. Inappropriateness for social media. And then you're saying that, but you don't do it, but you're hanging around them. So you kind of give yourself that title as well, you know?
Yeah.
So paying attention to that, right? You want to make sure that you surround yourself around girls that are like-minded, those that are about their business, going to school, knowing they're going to school for a purpose. They're not trying to run behind these little boys that ain't gonna be there when you graduate. Just saying, and you have goals and aspirations. Come on, what you say?
I say just a little heads up what you were saying.
Come on, for real. I'm just saying it's the truth. But like, make sure that you surround yourself with girls who are all about their goals and God as well. Like, those are the people you want to surround yourself with. When you put yourself in a group like that, listen, you're going to be able to build those relationships that will last. Okay? You don't want to build things on a rocky foundation. If it starts off rocky, it starts off questionable, then you shouldn't move forward to the next stage. You should just let her go. Just saying. Hashtag.
Anything pertaining to school wise too, surround yourself with those that are on top of their business.
Right.
Not saying that you got to just go to the top of the top, but those that really care about their education, not those that just playing around trying to just skim by and make it by the little
Come on.
bit. And
right.
I'm just so I can just make it out of here barely and be worrying about, am I going to graduate high school? Am I going to pass to 9th grade and get to high school? Way to go to college.
Listen, we're not gonna be in our senior year, and you talking about you don't know if you're gonna graduate because you missing some credits.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just listen. Y'all know I be in the schools all the time. I mean, prior to COVID. And that's one of the things that drives me bonkers. I'm like, how do you not know you're a senior? How do you not know?
Especially in college, because you have a lot of people around you that you see just like, because some of the people that I did meet, they would like party, stuff like that. I'm just like, they would ask me, and I never went to a party my first year because I just felt like that's something that I'm not focused on, and I need to focus on my classes.
Come on and speak it. That's what I'm talking about.
Boring. You can call me what you want.
Call me what you want, but I'm gonna be all of this with a degree. That's all I have to say. I'm not gonna be here 7 years later still trying to get my bachelor's. I'm gonna do it now.
And that's all I want them to know. You don't have to be like everybody.
Yeah.
And the friends that I have, they not the party type and stuff like that. Yeah, we'll probably go to little parties, but
gathering,
get all of that. So they kind of like me,
Yeah.
So it's just like that's who I surrounded myself around, and I'm not really the party type person. So somebody asking me to go to a party, I'm making sure, okay, how we getting there, what time we coming home. I'm trying.
Who you riding with? What kind of car they drive? What's their license plate number? I mean, I need to make sure come on.
Just to make sure,
everything.
That really care. Also, those that's transitioning from high school to college, when you do find that group of friends, make sure that they care. Don't if your friends that you met in college leave you somewhere by yourself,
they ain't your
friends.
Thank you.
That is not your friend.
Thank you.
That means they don't care.
Thank you.
They never cared from the beginning. And things before that even happened, things that they do should arouse you.
Come on,
make you aware.
Yeah.
Just be.
No, because it doesn't just happen all of a sudden. It's not like, well, they were really great, and then all of a sudden, no, you just ignored the red flags. That's the truth.
Yeah, you have to be aware in every situation because some people come in your life just to come there and just to mess it up.
Listen, they playing for the wrong team. They come in there as a spy for the devil, trying to come in and mess up your stuff. Now Satan, I see you. Get the elbow. I'm gonna keep on moving.
It doesn't take that long to go left. It can just be.
It's so easy to fall backwards. No, we can't do it. We on a mission. I love that, Anaya. Oh my gosh, listen, y'all. And people are saying they love you. Oh my goodness, this is so awesome. She's so smart. Her parents are proud. Yes, they are. They're on here. She knows she has great parents, and her parents know they have a great daughter. They said they're so proud of you right now. There's Dr. Snodgrass saying it again. She loves you. But other people here, I don't know all these people, but they say they love you, girl. So, as we wrap up, I always like to give the opportunity for you to ask me a question. Do you have a question for me, Anaya, in reference to friendships or whatever? I don't care.
Okay.
Of course she does.
Let's see. It's very different nowadays for teenagers, and generation. How was it back then for you when you transitioned from high school to college? Was it kind of similar, or were things more simpler back then?
Girl, let me tell you, all ain't none of this new. None of I keep telling it's what the circle of life they call it on the Lion King. It truly is. It's not none of this is new. When your parents say, "Listen, I was your age once. They did this too back then." They're not lying. It's the truth. You may have additional influences due to the accessibility on your cell phones, but aside from that, all of that same foolishness, girls or guys trying to get you to do things that you typically wouldn't do, still the same. That's still the devil. Let's just be real. It ain't the person. It's the enemy that's using them. So we have to be cautious about that, understanding that part. But none of that's really new. It's the same stuff. I dealt with the same stuff. People trying to get you to do different things, be somebody who you're not. And as you are on the journey of knowing who you are, sometimes you fall, sometimes you don't. The goal is if you do fall, you get up quick and you don't repeat the same behavior. Okay, that's the goal. But, what I would like to do, which is why I have a platform like this, is to help you understand what to look for prior to this experience, because you will experience it. So you know how to actually go through and come out as a champ versus one that chose to fall. So if you do fall, it's a choice versus I didn't know. You get what I'm saying? So that's the whole point. But no, girl, ain't none of this new. It wasn't simpler. It's the same old, same old.
I kind of figure, but it's just more advanced a little bit.
It's just more accessible via phone. That's it. That's the only difference. Due to you being able to easily access anything that you desire based on your smartphone that's making our kids dumb, that's the only difference. Okay?
And if they took that away,
it'll be right back.
I can't lie. I probably wouldn't be able to survive. But I started,
You would survive. Everyone does.
But I started getting off of social media because it's not really good for you. So I'm just like backing away.
And see, my thing with social media, it can be good, but it's your choice. There's a lot of negativity that's going to spew very easily. But like this show is goodness. So my goal being on social media is being able to share as much goodness as possible, whether it's through video, through my little fun quotes that I share on Instagram, knowledge that I share, whatever. But I'm going to make sure that I'm doing something that's going to enrich and empower you, because that's my goal. I'm not trying to, you don't need to see me, whatever they be showing on there, because I wouldn't even be doing it. But the point is, I'm going to try to show as much good as possible, and that's the power that you have and your entire generation has, because you possess the power to actually make it great. Or you can choose to continue to be followers and follow whatever the path is.
That's why I kind of try to, sorry to cut you off.
No, you're okay.
Try to really get people to look at it, like people that's my friends here and stuff like that. I mention it to them and stuff so they can see me, and like people that never really been on my social media and stuff was on there before and was looking at the previous one that we talked about with college and stuff and was like, oh my god, look at Anaya, like she's really giving some good information.
Yes.
And I'm like, like people really don't, the people that really don't know me or got to know me, like this is the side that they're missing.
Right.
So it's just like now that they see it, they're like, oh, Anaya's really good at this. And I'm just like, like this can really help you in so many ways. And to see someone around the same age as them or someone that they know.
That part. It helps.
It's just like easy to just listen to it and look at it and not just, oh, okay, I see this.
But and moving on.
It's like a attention grabber.
Yes.
Oh, that's
I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
All right. So wrap us up, Anaya, and share what scripture or quote that you stand on that helps you find and keep great friendships.
The last time I used Philippians 4:13, which is I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me, and I have a mask that say it. So that is the one I actually really, really do stand by. When I do grow through things that I have to, have God by my side, which He's always here. So that's what I'm gonna stick with. I'm gonna stand on, and that is it.
Yes. Stamp. I love it. I love you. You are so phenomenal. I love your growth, being able to talk to you and, have the opportunity to share such greatness with other teen girls. I think is phenomenal. I want to say continue to do you, continue to do us all proud, which I know you will. When does school starts next week, right? You guys just moved back to this.
Yes, ma'am. My classes start on the 19th,
Okay.
which is next Wednesday. No, next Thursday. One of them days. It's next week.
What? It's next week.
Yeah, I wanted to say thank you also for these opportunities, these two opportunities to be on here, to talk to the teenagers, to talk to anyone, anyone that sees it, because this really has helped me for my position. I got a mentor position, and I'm going to be able to mentor the class of 2024 that comes in, and I have like maybe 30 students that I'm going to be over, and help guide and just like get through life and get through their first year of college. So this really helped me on a speaking level, to be able to speak and not be kind of like, oh, I got to talk in front of, a whole bunch of people. Even though I don't see the people, they see me. So I know that they're there.
The connection is there. Yeah.
It has really helped me, and I'm very thankful. And I just want to tell everybody that I hope you learn something and gain something that you can take with you for the rest of your life, even if it's coming from a teenager. So
listen, Jesus used a bush. He could use anybody, anything, wherever it comes from. It's about using the wisdom to know when you hear a word. And we've definitely heard words from you. So you are so very welcome. And I thank you in return, because it's nothing but love. I love, 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 love you. You're going to do great. And listen, for those that are on, go get you a snack and come and return in 15 minutes, because we just had Teen Talk, and at 7 p.m. going live, we're going to have Queen Talk. It's going to be good. I'm silly. Yeah, it's going to be good. I'm going to go and try to fix my hair a little bit, because y'all know I just jumped on without paying no attention to the way I looked. But anyway, I'll be right back at 7 p.m. Make sure you come back and join us. Don't hang up and then go somewhere and forget about it. You're going to get that notification in just a few moments. So come back and listen to the queens talk about finding her. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll be back in the next 15 minutes. Bye! Greedy.